This startup is tackling a bottleneck facing quantum computing after President Trump made the technology a strategic national priority. Interlune says it's discovered a new way to harvest helium-3, essential to cool the computers and to scale the industry. Joining us now is Interlune CEO and co-founder Rob Meyerson. I have to say, when this idea hit my inbox, I was intrigued. Interlune's goal is to harvest helium-3 in industrial quantities from the moon. But in the here and now, there just isn't enough helium-3 for the quantum computing industry on Earth to scale. So you seem to have found a stopgap. What have you done?
Well, that's right, Ed, and thanks for having me. We've devised a technique. Our team has gone back to first principles, cracked the textbooks, and invented a way to separate helium-3 using cryogenic distillation from grade A helium here on Earth. This is an idea that's been around for a while but never pursued commercially. And as far as we know it, we're the first to demonstrate the ability to separate helium-3 from commercial grade A helium.
The Bloomberg Tech audience is familiar with the use of helium in cooling and stabilization in the chip industry, for example. And so with the war in Iran and the Strait of Hormuz bottleneck, we came to understand that there was a shortage there. How real is this for you now, Rob? What's your solution looking like on a timeline basis?
Well, so the shortage we're talking about is helium-3, which is an isotope of helium that's extremely rare on Earth. It comes from the decay of tritium, and it's used to chill down superconducting quantum computing chips down to millikelvin temperatures. We've, for decades, secured our helium-3 from tritium decay in the U.S. and overseas, including Canada. But there's not much tritium made anymore, and tritium has a 12.3-year half-life. So it decays to helium-3, and we're just not producing helium-3 anymore. And so Interlune has identified the moon as a target market in the future. The sun produces helium-3 in large quantities. There's over 1 million metric tons of helium-3 on the moon, and it's lunar regolith. In developing that plan to go to the moon and extract helium-3, we devised this technology we called cold capture to devise helium to separate helium-3 here on Earth.
So it's the same technique. We are, yes, you heard right, Bloomberg Tech audience, we're talking about harvesting helium-3 from the moon. That's the ultimate goal, right, Rob? But I guess from an economics perspective, you know, that technique, it has a higher yield on the moon. Like get us to the point where this is real.
Yeah, it absolutely will have a higher yield on the moon. We plan with our go-to-market in the early 2030s to produce 10 kilograms of helium-3 on the moon. Here on Earth, by deploying cold capture to grade A helium plants on Earth, we expect to produce about 2.5 kilograms of helium-3 annually. And we have customers that have already signed up to buy helium-3 from us just under $500 million in purchase orders, binding contracts that extend from 2028 out to 7 to 10 years in the future. So we had to find a way to service those customers earlier. And by applying this technology that we've developed for the moon to this Earth application, we're able to do that.
Rob, just very quickly, have you a pathway or a plan in place to get your technology to the moon's surface? Who is the launch provider? Who's going to help you do that operationally?
Well, we have a little bit of time to decide on that, Ed, but we are looking to the Artemis program and the launch companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin, but other companies that are building landers like Firefly, Intuitive Machines, and others. We plan to invest alongside the Artemis program, the NASA program, to go back to the moon and then on to Mars. And we will use that infrastructure that they developed. Now, of course, Ed, the infrastructure we need to harvest large volumes of helium-3 from regolith is infrastructure that also can help NASA build a moon base, build roads, and do construction on the moon that will support large-scale and long-term lunar economy.